almost 20,000 immigrants have already arrived in Israel in 2023, and we're not even halfway through the year yet. Various governmental and private organizations held events this past week to celebrate recent successes and announce plans for future initiatives. Nefesh B'Nefesh, which is a private organization that helps Jewish people from North America and the UK make Aliyah, announced the recent Yom Yerushalayim, or Jerusalem Day, celebrations really were a culmination, a climax here at the nation's capital to welcome a record number of olim, of new immigrants, in the past year. The most since the organization began operating in the early 2000s in New York, California, New Jersey, Florida, and the Canadian province of Ontario, all made notable contributions towards the nearly 1,000 Jewish people who made Aliyah and made Jerusalem their home over the past year. As we celebrated Jerusalem Day just recently, it's inspiring to see thousands of immigrants who now call Jerusalem home and who are making significant contributions in all areas of life in this city on an ongoing basis, says Rabbi Yehoshua Fass, co-founder and executive director of Nefesh B'Nefesh. He says he's proud of Jerusalem continuing to be the leading city for new immigrants to settle in as we continue to provide a soft landing for newcomers from all over the world. Other cities that received large cohorts of new immigrants over the past year included Tel Aviv, Haifa, Rishon LeZion, Ashkelon, and of course, Tiberias in the Galilee. Kiryat Gat, the city in the northern Negev region, suddenly saw a surge of construction of new residential neighborhoods in recent years, and in the past week, several families of new immigrants from Ethiopia were placed in some of these new apartments by the Ministry of Aliyah and Integration, Aliyah and Absorption. The project is a cooperative effort between this government's ministry and private initiatives like the Jewish Agency, as well as the United Jewish Appeal Federation in New York City. Director General of the Ministry of Aliyah and Integration, Avichai Kahana, explained that this is a reconceptualization of Aliyah from Ethiopia. The immigrants from Ethiopia also come from urban centers that are highly educated. The Ministry of Aliyah and Integration is committed to providing immigrants the best possible service to help them in their new lives here in the Promised Land. The decision to move new immigrants to live in apartments as part of an accelerated acclimation program from a comprehensive, up-to-date view of how immigrants are absorbed in Israel is super important. The urgency of supporting Aliyah from Ethiopia was highlighted in recent days by reports of civil unrest that has increased in the Gondor, that's the Jewish region of Ethiopia, where many of the remaining Jews are living in transit camps waiting for their opportunity to come to Israel. Another place where Jewish people are waiting to come home from and are under pressure is in northeast India. Tensions between different religious and tribal groups have led to episodes of intercommunal violence. That's, of course, the Bnei Menashe group, of which there are about 5,000 remaining in the region of Manipur and Mizoram, hoping to make their Aliyah here to the Promised Land and join some of their family who've already come here. They've been caught up in this violence. It's very sad that many people are losing their lives and their homes and forced to flee and to run. Isn't that just the Jewish story throughout history? All of this has made those Jewish families remaining in India even more anxious to make Aliyah, and the Israeli government has plans to put in motion maybe a rescue operation to bring them home soon. Representatives from Israel's aerospace industries traveled to the International University of Rabat in Morocco to sign a memorandum of understanding, an MOU, on the cooperation in various fields of technological development. The agreement is the latest in a series of deepening economic and academic ties between Israel and Morocco since 2020, when the Abraham Accords were signed. Thousands of jobs have already been created in both countries because of these collaborative efforts, and officials confidently predict that many more mutually beneficial developments are on the way. Finally, the IDF published its annual report on conscription this week, showing that while the number of 18-year-old Israeli men and women who successfully draft into the IDF is lower than in past years, the numbers still remain high, and the dispersion of draftees by geographic region, income bracket, and educational levels and other metrics is very high. The Israeli economy's health means there will be more jobs in the future for these new immigrants as they come home with their children to make their home here. The government continues to allocate resources to attract and absorb these new immigrants. When they first land in Israel, immigrants come to our facility in Galilee. They spend their first few months in the new homeland comfortably housed with ease in our facilities. They go to our Hebrew school and they're able to enjoy the job training. They're able to enjoy the furniture